Systems are go. About 90 seconds to launch destination.
Mind you, we swore an oath of loyalty, but we are still senators. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
My legions are mustering as swiftly as possible. General Gaius Julius Caesar! Enough!
Senators, welcome back to episode 56 in my Stellaris Roman Empire campaign. In the last episode, we began the construction of the final stage for our Birch world, and also the Nicol Dyson beam. During this time, we were also busy cleaning up yet another machine uprising, this time in the remnants of Alaria's territory. And meanwhile, the Senate have also been busy voting on two proposals, which we have counted the votes for, so let's get to them now. The first one was for should the Kirkin species be given residency status. So the Kirkin, of course, are from the Dakarite fragments. And there was a 62.9% said that yes, they are Roman allies, with a 37.1% saying no, they don't belong. So a little history on the Kirkin and the Dakarite fragments. They came into the Pax Romana during the War in Heaven, the Great War in Heaven, rather than being subjugated or brought into the Pax Romana in some other formal way. So they kind of came to our alliance in need, but of course we have retained them, and now we have extended citizenship, or rather residency status, and all the benefits that come with it, taking tier 2 jobs, having decent living conditions, and no longer being slaves. Next is, do we colonize and terraform the planets within the Sol system? So I'll just jump back to Sol really quickly while the vote is on screen. Alright, so do we colonize and terraform the planets within the Sol system? A 69.2% saying yes, it's our domain, and a 30.8% saying no, they are sacred. So a little bit of a stronger vote in favor this time, which I'm a little surprised by. Maybe it was just me, but I was kind of thinking like, you kind of want to leave Sol alone. But people seem to be coming to the consensus, the Senate, that it is our domain and we can do within it whatever we wish. So, and I saw some nice kind of comments and discussion about it, which is basically you don't want to be changing what's here too much. We can kind of have a little bit of a middle ground. So we won't be stripping Jupiter of its gas to create some sort of continental world. Instead, we'll probably do something like a Cloud City-esque type thing where we can live within it and make it colonizable that way. And the same for any other gas planets that we may have. But immediately, what we're going to be doing on Venus, the toxic world, is building an atmospheric purifier. So I've scheduled that to be built. And then on Mercury, we're building a dynamic core igniter, I think, which can help us kind of kickstart a habitable world there. And then perhaps we could even do some nubile life seeding to create some Gaia worlds if we wish to as well. But just from supply constraints, influence constraints, I'm only going to be doing 2 at the moment, but it'll be an ongoing project to have every celestial body within the Sol system something that Romans can live on. And speaking of Romans living on things, it's quite a contentious discussion in the comments as well about my plans for the galactic core in the Birch world. Of course, the Birch world is going to be finished in about 1500 days. And I had originally said I want to move all the Romans here. Now, that's a real late endgame kind of idea. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to say it like before, for instance, any conflicts that might occur. It's a long-term solution when the galaxy is certainly definitively at peace, which it isn't fully at peace yet. But it's just an idea that moving all the Romans there eventually, having just an insane pockets of defense as we lead in, stationing our entire military, and then obviously keeping ourselves Sol and other important systems like Hellas, and having routes to those systems either through allies or through vassals or just on their own. It doesn't really matter. Gateways, for instance. That would be my vision for that. So we'll see if we can achieve that in future, and if there's any discussion around that, I welcome it. Alright, so in the last episode, like I said, we just finished off helping out the remnants of Alaria down in the southwest part of the galaxy. Just to give you an overview of what's going on with the galaxy right now, we have obviously our Mega Federation, the hegemony of the Pax Romana, which has many dissenting and discerning voices in there. I would say like the Kosher Trade League, the Pod Privateers, these are probably groups that aren't entirely happy that they have remained within the Pax Romana, but either way, they are here. And we've given the Dakarite the benefit of the doubt with the Kirkin's residency. But there is still one federation that isn't part of anything, and that is the Interstellar League, so the kind of Golden Federation band here that kind of wraps around our territories. We had said as reparations we should be taking territory from the Traxian Empire, and I think in this episode I'm going to be building up and stationing our fleets all around their federation to get ready to do one unified push in and unify our territories here. So this is all of our territory right here. We're going to link all that up. So I'll just turn off this map mode for now. A little hard to see. So our purple territory is here and here. We want to close the gap and just kind of really take out the Traxian Empire. I don't mind relegating them to 1 or 2 systems or something, but we are going to solidify our borders as they kind of did a bit of a war crime, at least what we consider now a war crime, seeing as we are the victors, of joining the fallen empires during the war in heaven. So we have to pay for that, and obviously they are slavers, heavy slavers, and I do believe we saw Romans being sold on a slave market, and we have various ideas of who could have been doing that. We never quite caught them in the act, but the Traxians seem like a prime candidate that would have been doing that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to be doing, kind of queuing up our fleets out there and getting ready for that. In between episodes, I did the usual thing of, trying to solve unemployment as best as I can, splitting out the legions a little bit. So I think the first thing I'll do is I'm going to move everyone back to the Starfield and Mars, just get everyone in one place, and then decide where everyone needs to go. I'm also gonna, don't think I've done this, but I'm gonna build some new construction ships. We need to get out and build some gateways on the front lines of these different places we want to get to. At least that way we can get there very quickly with our planetary behemoth planetcrafts, of which, by the way, I failed to mention it, we are building 4 new ones. Of course, we have 135,000 alloys right now. We've more than enough to achieve what we need to and start mobilizing these planetary celestial bodies so that we can actually weaponize them and use them if we ever need to, but for defensive purposes at this point. Okay, so make a shipyard here. I'm just gonna make, like, I don't know, 5 more construction ships, because we're low on them. They're all our construction ships right now are doing something, and I think that's pretty much it. We're also, of course, very last thing then to touch on is modifying species. Every now and then it just seems like we're constantly growing different ones, and I don't know why. I've gone back to the base planets. I saw on Terra, like, we weren't growing Romans anymore, we're growing something else, and it's like I've definitely changed that many times. So I don't know if it gets reset maybe when I'm doing the species upgrades or something, but they seem to be pulling in new ones all the time. I don't know why. Alright, we'll let time play. I didn't really check, but I don't really think there's much going on with the galactic community. Council denounced, oh yeah, sorry, I do remember now. We're denouncing the Traxian Empire. Of course, getting ready for our invasion. Perfect. I forgot about that. So it should only take 1 month for us to do our species upgrades. We can have a look actually what's going on in the Starfield of Mars. Just all our fleets are just stacked up here right now. Looking at about a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, about 12 million, maybe 12 million fleet power, thereabouts. That's not even counting the 2 behemoth planetcrafts. They don't have numbers that we can necessarily read, but I think they're pretty high up there.
Enhancements applied.
All right, cool. Genetic enhancements applied. Just gonna go with cheaper techs now, as they are kind of all the same. And of course, I'm building up our star bases and making sure they're fully upgraded and making the best use of any tech they can. So species modification complete. I just have to do this maybe 2 or 3 times throughout this session today. So we just did it for the Scanuri. So they are 1 unified species, and there's 2 reasons for this. One, I just like to do it anyway. The second reason is more important one is I think it does help a little bit with lag and things like that, so it should be beneficial to do this whenever there's like lots of offshoots of different things. And it's quick, you know, it doesn't take very long. It's just a little tedious coming in and out.
Situation log updated.
1,500 days for the Birch World. Let's go check in on our Nicol Dyson beam at the Onager system. It's about the same amount of time, but 1300 days. So this will finish first. Start generating us Planck photons at the, I think it's the expense of 250 alloys and 1 influence, if I recall correctly. Alright.
Key modification complete.
Just after the halfway mark, another species has been modified. Let's see if we can just find another one really quickly. The Colden. There's another one that has a bit more. This one specifically. These have a lot of offshoots. So we'll just apply this template to them.
Situation log
So
updated.
there's been rumblings in the Senate of possibly doing a great purge one day. I don't know about that. Basically with the idea that there's so many different species, it's kind of out of control. We never intended on this happening. And obviously for lag purposes, it would benefit us if we just killed a bunch of pops. Now, I never want to make a decision like that doesn't consider the roleplay. That's just too... I know lag is an issue, and I do talk about it every episode. But I still don't want to just be like, oh, I'm just going to kill everybody. And that way, everything goes smoother. Because it just doesn't make sense. You could make some sort of argument that bureaucratically things are going smoother in the Empire with less to deal with. There might be an argument out there for removing such species like the half-breeds. I do feel like interspecies breeding might be something that perhaps the authoritarian nature of the Romans might not have been so... Well, it's hard to say. Like, you're really comparing, you know, whether in favor of, like, Romans and Greeks intermarrying and stuff, that was pretty acceptable. But, like, I don't know how that translates necessarily to different species. That's an entire... I don't think you can even really apply Roman cultural bias to that. I feel like it's just human bias, whether humans would accept that kind of thing or not. The idea of species breeding like that. Now, our ethics are something that we can always look to. And we're not xenophile, we're xenophobic. So I do think it's not something that we'd be too into. So there is an argument there. Perhaps we should run a vote on some stage to say, what if we purged all of the half species, of which there are, you know, several hundred. So no doubt we'd be killing billions. It's not to be taken lightly. We could always sell them on the market to get rid of them. We don't have to kill them. Selling them does mean they just go back into other empires, though. It doesn't necessarily fix the quote-unquote problem of lag. It just reduces our own issues. But, anyway, we'll have to think about it. Could go in circles on that one. Again, it's a shame it has to be a question at all. I think it would be a great question to ask if there was no lag, you know. Alright, so this one's pretty cheap. 70,000 here. Planetary build speed. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Alright, another species finished. Let's just do another 1 or 2 of these. Especially for the ones that have lots. So these guys, apply the template. Let's go.
Situation log updated.
And it's not running too badly right now anyway. I don't mind the big hitches on the half year or the year. I know that's saving. Some people are like, oh, you should, you know, your autosaves are taking up a lot. It's not the autosaves. It seems to be more than anything. Finishing technology seems to give it a big stutter. And then obviously on the year turnover, it's not just the autosave. Because we have an autosave on the half year that doesn't do too much. The autosave on the year, on the 1 year mark, a lot of new stuff gets calculated. Like, it's the 21st of August right now. The whole game's frozen, you know? Where's your autosave now? It's just the way it is. Awesome. Our crystal Megaboard gravito generator is complete. We've built a few of these now. But we have to turn it on. And crystals are something we're lacking a lot. We're only making 40. We're making 143 of the gases. 85 motes. Motes are kind of fine in general. But I really do want more crystals, and the reason is that the Penrose Sphere, the ring world...
Species enhanced.
The ring world that we built around the Penrose Sphere at Gargantua really heavily relies on needing some crystals to operate. It's 3 per upkeep of each district, and I want to build all super radiant scattering collectors, mainly because we don't necessarily need the Penrose labs. We could use some extra food, I guess. Not really. I mean, we are selling like 8,000, so... But I'm guessing in future we might need some more. Although it doesn't seem like it, to be honest. So just getting more and more energy allows us to buy and sell things like crazy, if we wished to. And field large armies and fleets. Alright, species enhancement isn't, or changed again, so that's done. We've already got new pops from this one, but it's fine. Because obviously they're growing, they're choosing different ones to grow every now and then.
Situation log updated.
Alright. Is there anything else I need to mention? I don't think so. I think we're pretty all caught up. I don't remember if I did it or not. Yeah, I want to actually make this a starport if I can. Oh, we're on the 1st of October now. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to mention.
Species enhanced.
So I think it's fine to bring it up, right? We all know. There's obviously people are waiting for an endgame crisis, and I'm sure the episode name will give it away before I know, as I'll probably name it something like Crisis. From what I've read, you know, our end game year was set to 2400. That is the default, right? Mid game was 2300. The game started 2200. So 100 years in, we hit mid game, which is where mid game crisis can happen. 2400 is where end game happens, which is why stuff like the War in Heaven and stuff triggered around that time or just before it. And then afterwards, there's something like a 5. I don't know the exact thing because I read conflicting information on the wiki itself. But essentially, at the year 2400's endgame, 50 years later, for sure, you're going to roll a chance every 5 years at there being a crisis. And it gets increased every time you don't get it. So we've already missed 2, right? We rolled on the year 2450, we rolled on the year 2455, and we're coming up to the year 2460 in about 2 months. So we'll see what happens. If we don't get it on the year 2460, I believe we won't get it for 5 years. I think that's how it's working. I don't know for sure. There's also other conditions for different crises, and I don't know them, and I didn't want to like spoil it for myself. So there might be situations where it might just happen in one of these interim years, but this is like a definite roll that I know about. So if you're paying attention and waiting for that, that's what you can look towards. Or you can just wait until one of the episodes I upload says it. So I'm getting a bit worried that it's just like not going to happen, but I'm sure it's going to happen. It should. So we'll have to see. All right. Turn it up to fast. I think we can just about handle it. So I think our fleets are pretty much just about back. We can see some of the transports making their way back right now. I thought they've been... No, they're supposed to join together. Hey, get together. And then you can go back. Trying to merge them. Alright, it's the 1st of November. A little bit of a stutter again. There we go.
New technology discovered.
So right, see what I said? Like the way it paused for 2 days. Like you're supposed to get your new technologies on the 1st day, but it was like so laggy we didn't get it till the 2nd day. So I do think there's obviously other stuff going on, but it does seem like when we're finishing a tech, for some reason, it's really stuttery with rolling new ones. I have a feeling if I just didn't choose technologies anymore, things would go a lot smoother as well, but I'm not going to do that. Right, let's continue to go there. Alright, good stuff. So 204,000 alloys. The armies are just coming together now at the Starfield of Mars. The construction ships have been built. Forgot about them actually completely. So I can't build gateways in my allies' territory actually. Just remembered that. What's the quickest way down here? Not the best, is it? Quickest way down here is just through a gateway. Basically, we want to come into the Belmacossa Creep from a pretty easy to reach area. We could come down from here, then it's just pretty straightforward to get in. We have nothing defending our... Well, I guess our allies will defend themselves. Yeah, I guess from the XT-81 Singularity, we'll pile into the Valon Cluster and the Belmacossa Creep, so we'll station some people there. And then the other ones just need to be... It's hard to see the hyperlanes, but we'll just station here at Upstoth. Come in this way into Traxian space. Can we come in from the south at all? We could go in through the Colden Consortium here, into the south of the Valon Cluster. We want to be able to do that. Or just into the Thorgan Emergence, as well as the Boss City States. Okay, yeah, so we do need to station a couple things around. No need really for actually the gateways like I thought we might need. So Classes 1, 1.5 million. Head out to Blorg's Bane. Opsius, get down here. The Juggernaut. I can go down here as well, actually. Sorry, my mouse is acting weird. Diana's Wrath, 2.3 milli. Let's get to here. Pax Romana. This is fine here as well. Behemoth Planetcraft will push in from the north with the 2 big Planetcraft. And Diana's Wrath will go there as well. So I guess that'll take the longest to get to, but there is a gateway at the core. And then 2.3 million push into the Traxian Empire out this way. So that should queue us up in all the different areas. Actually, we still have ships that are available to do. Another 2.2 million. So let me just reconvene that. So that's a bunch that'll come in here and split. There's one that comes in this way. There's one that goes in here. We don't have one that goes in here, so let's go there. And that's it. Classes 2. Don't quite remember this one. Classes 2. Strike cruisers. I vaguely remember, actually. Yeah. This is building up to be its own big fleet as well. We needed a lot of resources. 166,000 alloys. Wow. Yeah, sure, let's go, right? I don't see why not. We've built everything else. Alright, let's let time play. We are mobilizing. Albeit slowly, but powerfully. God, that's so slow. Maybe I should look away from this region. We'll just go faster if we're not in there. Alright, so we'll have to spend our influence as well. We 560 on claiming all this stuff. What do they got? An enigmatic cache is there. Oh, interesting. I need more, we're about to hit the new year, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, I guess. Let's see. Any other big groups? This group is kind of messed up. Apply the template.
Situation log updated.
Alright, on the next year start, I think we'll do another roll and see what happens. We're coming up to December. And that species modification should complete.
Genetic enhancements applied.
Okay. Should ease things up a little bit. Might do one final one. If we could just find one that's a bit busy again. Yeah, this is fine. There isn't many of them, but we'll do it anyway. Apply the template to the Bakari. There's actually some of them that are still slaves with the
situation log updated.
The way they're growing. Alright. Alright, 1 month to go. We'll see what happens, and if not, then I think we're clear for another 5 years. I'm just gonna save it. Alright. Oh yeah, I meant to say, the only other empire that's independent are the Sadrel Exiles. They're actually not part of any other, like, federation, and neither are obviously the other fallen empire, the Penthulan progenitors. We can now use the Hegemon CB against Battle Clans of Shariat C2. The Battle Clans of Shariat. Who is that? There they are. Take me to your leader. Battle Clans of Shariat 2. Rebels of the Colden Consortium. Oh wow. I'm not actually sure how that happens. Is that just leaving planets for too long? Unhappy. Just trying to see, is there any kind of interesting planets here? If there's any good, like, modifiers that we could use, then we would definitely, like, you know, for consecration purposes, we should definitely do that, but I'm not seeing anything immediately that's standing out. Oh, interesting, yeah, they've actually got a split system. Cool, I actually haven't seen that before. This is like a cool world. There's people living on it, but it's not colonized. Although it says 0 pops. It shouldn't have the whole city look to it, if that's the case. Strange. Yeah, very weird. A methane world. Interesting. Looks kind of cool. A rocky planet with a thick atmosphere that's lethal to all known higher forms of life. And a sulfur world. We've seen those before. Pockets of like light on them. Alright, that's pretty much it for that. Sorry I took a while in there. I was just curious. It's been a while since we really took the time to look at systems. Alright, here we go. New year. Let's see what happens. If anything. 2460. 260 years in. Yeah, I should have slowed time down just to make it go easier.
Genetic enhancements applied.
Well, no news of anything just yet. As far as I'm concerned, business as usual. Let's go do those claims. We'll have to wait for our fleets to get into place, and then we'll do it.
Construction online.
It just said construction online. What have we done? Oh, we've built up the defenses here. Planetcraft, Behemoth Planetcraft construction site built. Marvelous. So these will take a lot of alloys, actually. 3,000 for now, but I think it gets up to like 20,000 later. And we have 4 of those on the go, so we're going to be thick. And I don't think they take up much naval capacity, if I'm not mistaken.
Construction online.
Alright, good stuff. Alright, well, we're just basically going to be waiting now for our fleets to get into position. Then we're doing as much claims as possible, and we're going to try and take out as much territory as possible from the Traxian Empire in one go. And unify Roman borders.
Discovered.
Armor hit points. What would we like? Let's get this one. Defense platform damage. 3 months for that technology. So the Pax Romana are coming through. Dear God, no! That's kind of the issue with this thing. It's so huge that, you know, not to break immersion too much, but we're literally within it as we float around. But also, not only that, so is our starbase. It's a weird and scary thing inside a black hole, especially the one at the center of the galaxy. Alright, 1,200 days. We can just see the final bits of green get cut away. Final bits of blueprint be filled in. Green print, if you will. This is interesting because it is the galactic core, which means we do have an issue here. It is environmental hazard of a black hole. I think it's stronger than a normal black hole, though. Could be wrong. Disengagement chance 50%. Let's see if it's any different in other black holes. If we can find one. No, it's the same. You'd think it'd be bigger, but oh well. Alright, admin cap increase. Let's go for an expensive tech so we don't have to do anything for a while. 8 months, wow. Alright, the other ships are almost in position as well. Couple months to go. A little disappointing, you know, no sign of a crisis just yet. No sign. Because we're totally prepared. I mean, there's not much else. I mean, other than the planetary craft, I guess. There's not much else we're really waiting on. Oh yeah, we could have a look at our new fleet that's building up actually as well. Oh, I forgot to move the transports. Good idea, darn. Alright. Yeah, let's move these transports then. Same thing, really. I'll just pause it to do this. Just put one on every God, so much unemployment actually down there. Let's see. There they are. Put one in every place we're planning on invading, right? So, Blorgsbane, Fijon, maybe 2 of them. The Spartans can go this way. Alright, try that. Did we go to Shawl? I think we have queued something up to go there. Yeah. I've actually queued up Diana's Wrath to go in that way. That might not be a good idea. I'll let Diana's Wrath just go in the regular way, and then we'll get Opsius to go in from behind. He's probably more capable of doing that, and he's faster anyway. So let's see what they've got. 177,000. This will actually be a pretty big war. They've got a lot, you know, especially when they count so many different fleets. We're obviously very powerful, but they'll be numerous, I suppose. It doesn't look like anything too crazy that I can see. That 177,000 might be the biggest thing. And yeah, I mean, actually, thinking about it, destroying just a couple of these fleets, landing on some planets would probably be a quick way to end it. We want it to go as quick as possible, really, not drag it out. 235,000 there, so I don't know, 500,000 maybe total. Because we've entire fleets that are 4 times that, so. The biggest issue with this entire series was it just wasn't hard enough, I guess. I guess mods might make you, as a player, kind of quite OP. Even though the AI has the same tech, they don't seem to, I guess, build at the same rate you do. And I wasn't building totally efficiently either, but I guess neither do they.
Construction online.
Right, another site complete. So I've got a lot of star bases you can see in the background just upgrading all the time as well, which is good. And our alloys are just flying up. We make 10,000 per month. It's huge amounts. So ships have been brought up to 1.1 million. No leader on them just yet. Are we still building more? Yeah, the dreadnoughts are about to come out now. It should go up to about 2.2, I think, if it's like the other ones. Alright, another Behemoth Planetcraft. Don't even need this fleet, but it's good to have at the back for defense, just in case something unexpected happens. Alright, 20 days to go to get those. The Nero-class Dreadnoughts, and a Titan in a year, the Julius Caesar class. Oh, by the way, for those who are still watching this far in, if you have ideas of planet names, let me know. There's a bunch of planets that we've never named and renamed. It doesn't really matter what the names are, to be honest. But if you have ideas for names of planets, let me know. Like the old Tyrene planets, things like that. There's obviously just mostly the planets that we took over. Like we still have ones out here called Bridge and Zero and things like that. Like it'd be nice to rename them. But there's a lot, so it'd be good if people could just suggest names, and if you have a name, a personal favorite of yours, I'll just probably add it in. Because we have 100 colonies now, so I don't really mind on certain ones. Okay, so that's upgraded as well. Good. Now if we go to Hellas, I did end up naming all of these after the Greek city-states. I really like the idea of that. I just like the idea that if you were living on ring worlds, this would just make a lot of sense. You know, it's like, oh, I'm heading over to Delphi today, and you know, I'm actually from Sparta. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure there's some like transport system that takes you along the ring world to get out to Corinth. Super fast. I like to think so anyway. But to get from one to the other, I suppose you'd have to go. You have to take some sort of craft across. Something that doesn't really exist in Stellaris is teleportation. I guess that's a weird one. I kind of feel like teleportation is probably not possible, personally. But I think duplication is possible, but Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Also, thanks for the kind words on the little design ideas spout I had a couple episodes ago talking about the real-time map game. Alright, well, looks like we're pretty much ready. The armies are just about here. Let's do our claims, see what we can get. Whoa, I didn't even click a system there. It just, where are we? It just brought me into one. Aklinda? Thorgan Emergence? You know what, actually? I never ever read the Thorgan Emergence's backstory. So let's do it. We might as well read it now. Alright, let's find their planet first. Bastion is the name of their home. There it is. They live on a relic world. So the Thorgan. Bastion was once a thriving ecumenopolis, the capital of a local star cluster that sustained itself off of neighboring planets and systems. When the Civil War happened, the head couldn't survive without the body, and Bastion collapsed under the weight of its own population, with mass starvation and shortages causing the eventual extinction of the founding species. The Thorgan species emerged several million years later, an intelligent, fast-breeding scavenger that would go on to thrive amongst the ruins of Bastion. They organized themselves into a peaceful, democratic society, vowing not to repeat the mistakes of their former ancestors. Part of the Interstellar League. In fact, I think they're just a member. I thought they might be the founder. Socialistic ideals. They traditionally preserve the ideals of socialism. An industrial democracy. They have mining guilds, a parliamentary system. I think they've added that themselves. The Frenetic Cooperative, pluralism, pacifist, and libertarian. 578 pops live in the Thorgan Emergence. For their size, that's not bad. But they chose the wrong alliance. Whether we like it or not, we're going to have to go to war with them. Alright, so let's do some claims. So we want this. And that's it. That's everything I want, actually. It's perfect. I don't want anything else down here. Kosher territory border that. So that's 671 influence. We have 679. It's quite expensive. But I think we're good to go. Don't think I missed any. We can always claim just a little bit more if we did. Big land grab. Oh no. Okay, good. Others have claims on it. Why does, like, it says unidentified empire has a claim on this? Maybe the previous the fallen empire that came in here before. Yeah. Just want to make sure that we're gonna get it and not someone else. Pod privateers could get this one, for instance. They've got a claim to it, but so do we. You can increase your claim to get more, so we might do that. Perhaps. Alright, I think we're good to start the war then. We've laid our claims, and on the same day, we're gonna conquer. The Valon Cluster, the Traxian Empire, the Thorgan Emergence, Belmacosta Creep, and the Voss City-States.
We go to war on ignorance.
Alright, perfect. So, let's go take this system first. If we can. Because where are the pod privateers? Nah, they're nowhere near. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just push in this way then. To wait one day. There we go. Alright, so our army hasn't made it over here yet. That's okay though. Let's just go through them one by one. That way we won't miss any, forget any. 75,000 in there. Let's push for them. We're still on our way up there. Opsius can just do a jump. Let's just get there to protect that area. He's in transit at the moment though. Okay, he's arrived. That'll be a bit quicker. The Juggernaut can just target this to follow. I think would be a good idea. Diana's Wrath. The 4 planetary, the moons, the attack moons. Pax Romana. Alright, you can go south. They're doing their thing. These two need to go south as well. Classes 4 can go east. And Classes 2 is being built. Alright, so that should be fine. That's everywhere covered. So now we're at war with this. And they're at war with this. Sadrel exiles look on from the sidelines, essentially. So the first battle looks like it's going to be down here. If we end up getting them before they leave. This fleet isn't actually fully even built. It's got room for more. And this will unify Roman territory. And deal justice to the Traxians, which is obviously more important.
Engaging hostile station.
So this is in Nemozi, south of the Thorgan emergence. I've seen all the strike craft just head out first. Yeah, they do seem to have infinite range. They just like immediately deploy and head towards whatever their target is. Alright, we're almost 1 year into this year. Or, yeah, we're almost 1 year past 2460. Alright, good. There's no planets in here, right? This is just this system. This isn't Total War, by the way, of course, so we don't take things as we go. Alright, I'll have to go to that now. The dynamic core igniter site is being built above Mercury. 3,000 alloys to get to the next stage. How's the one above Venus doing? Oh, don't tell me this got interrupted, did it? No, it's still there. It's at 87%. Okay, cool. Just couldn't see it for a sec. Alright, 1.4 million is just being thrown into the system against 71,000. They've actually got 2 dreadnoughts, though, so let's have a look. Should be, obviously, quite easy. Nona Orphidius leading the charge.
Construction online.
Check that combat report, see did we lose anything. Didn't lose a goddamn thing. There was a Sinus machine fleet. Did they have machine uprising or something? They were in the combat apparently. Don't know what's up with that, but either way, we destroyed pretty much everything. No, some stuff got away. Sinus machine fleet. I did not catch that, but okay. Damn, it would be nice to have a few more corvettes that could go around and capture things quicker. But I guess we just want to go for the star bases more than anything. Where does that wormhole lead? Oh, we could have went through Olympia. Juggernaut could just come in and clear up. It's super slow though, but I don't see why not. What's the next combat? The next combat is from Bovatir, so straight down south. Bit of a challenge for us, 300,000. A challenger, not necessarily a challenge itself. Let's follow this battleship, this enemy battleship. Didn't even see what happened to it, it just... Oh, there we go. That's what happened to it. Holy shit. Yeah, looks about right. Okay, we'll head west. Might have been nice to actually get that that system there. Get a little bit of the old alloys going again, another Hyperforge. Would be kind of cool.
New technology discovered.
3 new technologies. Okay, so shield hit points, energy weapon attack speed. Let's go with the attack speed. Let's go with army health, as our armies will be landing soon. Strike craft damage. Sure. Down is Wrath. Go south. The armies can go follow. There's no planet in here, is there? Oh, there is. There's plenty. So we can land on quite a lot down here. The Spartans are split into 2 different armies. 42 and 42. Basically nothing on those planets. Okay, good. Alright, business as usual, really. This kind of thing is just throwaway battles in the background. What about out here? Do we have anything in terms of a planet? We do have one. So, I feel like I might have missed sending an army over that way. Yeah, it looks like I did. Maybe one of the Spartans could make their way out here instead, actually. Should probably just have more, I guess, but it just takes time. Everything takes so much time. Alright, let's speed it up. So we're already at 10% for the war score. So it's just a matter of time, and then we'll just keep doing whatever we can in the background while we wait as time moves on. And continuing our mega structures. So let's have a look at the core, actually, see how long it's going to take now. 957 days. Okay. And our allies are doing stuff as well. They're kind of pushing out, which is nice to see. Alright, we're at normal speed, but obviously things are just going to be slow. But we're moving. More combat. Let's check where it is. Bivham. Bivham is in the Thorgan's territory. They actually have a gateway down there that's not powered on as well. Alright, it's December 2460. We're almost at 2461. Atmospheric Purifier construction site built. The construction site for a future atmospheric purifier has now been completed in the Sol system. This rather large orbital platform houses the necessary equipment to begin constructing an atmospheric purifier around a toxic world, eventually rendering it habitable. So that is above Venus. 3400 alloys. Our project to ignite Sol and make it habitable. Basically seeing no resistance in here. Let's just push down and take Cyber now. We want to take every starbase that we can. Where's there he is. Opsius is here. Oh, the Colden are in before me. God, it's so slow. It's like running smoothly, it's just, yeah, the tick rate is just so slow. Oh well. What can you do? I feel like they'll jump across the whole system now because it does calculate the time it takes to get there. So this has been like a week already, and this is quite a fast fleet, so I feel like they'll graphically speed up now as they get to the edge, or not do, or jump before they get to the other side. Alright, another crystal Megaboard has been complete, so now there's another one here. So that's going to be... Yeah, wow, we're already eating up those crystals so fast. There should be 70 crystals then that we're making. So all these combat reports.
We have seized an enemy world.
Alright, great, good job. You're going to have to do that a lot more. So if we just check, there's nothing really out here. So what we can do is just go transfer, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that, I don't know. They can go to Budding Dreams. The others can just split. One of them go to Bloom. And the other one that's not doing anything, go to the other one. Nectar of Hope. Oh, there's another one called Triumph as well. You can split this one again. Alright, it's the new year though. We're going to have a bit of a lag spike. Alright, yeah, so let's just split these one more time. One of them go to Nectar of Hope. And this one go to Triumph. I never checked what was there. It's equally unmanned. And our 4 attack moons are just blazing through. There's actually mega structures out here. I wonder what's here. A dynamic core igniter as well. What do they got? 48,000 there, 400,000 here. Let's go that way. Alright, if we see any combat, we'll of course have a look. Just need to make sure all my fleets are doing something. This one isn't. This one is still building, we're waiting for the Titan to appear. Almost done.
Commencing planetary invasion.
It's a pretty big major operation when you think about it, so apologies that if I'm being a bit slow and thorough with it. It's just that we are basically attacking 4 different entities all at the same time. Actually 5, we just don't have a plan to go into the Balmacosa.
Planetary invasion successful.
Behemoth Planetcraft have their objective as well, don't they? Yeah.
Commencing planetary invasion.
Alright, great.
We have seized an enemy world.
Anyone not doing anything? Not really. People are fighting.
Engaging hostile fleets. Planetary invasion
Juggernaut is taking systems.
successful.
Well, it's an interesting looking star. I guess just... actually, I think it's just the way I was zoomed in on it for a sec.
New technology discovered.
Alright, what do we get? Army health, that's gonna help. Army damage, that'll also help. So, 148,000 there, there's 400,000 down here. Just keep pushing that way. If we could get them all together for one big fight, that'd be cool. Jesus.
We have seized an enemy world.
Alright, that might be it for all the worlds that we need to seize here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So these guys can all link back up, become one again. I love that hyperlane we built. I love the fact that it actually increased our territory as well. I think it's cool. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their job. Behemoth Planetcraft, so I just did a jump with them out this way so they can kind of go a bit further ahead. Both on their own. It'd be awesome to just see them in a battle themselves. I'd be devastated if they went down. I don't know if they could possibly do that, but crazy if they did. Yeah, so this system, unfortunately, it's going to seem like it's going to go to the pod privateers. What about this one? What's the claim situation out here? So I wonder if I increase my claim there, would it change? Like, is it too late to change, I wonder? This is Minco. Minco. I don't see it. Oh, it's right at the top. Sorry, I'm just so blind. Okay. 137 it would cost. Oh, I already just spent it. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little confused with just what happened there. Did I spend it for myself or did I spend it for someone? No, it says Pod Privateers have a claim there already. So do I. Pod Privateers 1, Roman Empire 1. Okay. I don't know if I can increase it again. It needs 69 more influence to do it. We could try and increase it again. I don't know if I'll still get it or not. I'd like to, but it's not that big of a deal, but I'd like to. Kosher are down fighting in the next place. Okay, that's fine. Right, so the second Spartan army is almost here. We'll just do a jump. Just to get them there quickly. Alright, let's keep going through these and make sure no one's not doing anything. Of course, the Augusta fleet, for anyone who is keeping an eye on that, that is our special fleet. With our unique things. Oh, I just remembered as well, we don't have the influence for it. We could activate the relic for sublight speed, which would be nice. Speaking of, actually, maybe we do have an edict for that. Which we should, if we spend gases. Exotic gases as fuel, so that'll speed us up getting around. 2,000 gas that was. Alright, our attack moons have arrived. Okay. They look a bit weird. The whirlwind missiles.
Engaging hostile fleets.
I love how, like, I don't even know where where we are anymore. It's just all the different places that we're just watching systems fall. We could also do like heavy bombardment to really push down some of these big fleets. This fleet is running away from us, it seems. We keep trying to get closer to it. Holy crap, the amount of stuff in the system. Alright, what are we on now? 11%? Oh my god, come on. We need to speed up, take more planets. I can't believe we're only on 11%. We've taken so many systems. Alright, so, let's get you. Land on that, please. Thank you. Is there a planet in here? Nope. Is there a planet in here? Yes. Don't want to take that though until maybe we get the extra claim, and then maybe we will get the system. And the Voss city states are just being completely wrecked. There's not much left here. Yeah, something like that's fine. Just keep progressing through these areas. Where's Opsius actually? He's the fast one. He should be out here claiming systems left, right, and center. $400,000. Here we go.
Station under attack.
18%. So we jumped up 7% there. So I guess we could just also look for big battles wherever we can find them. Speaking of, can we jump now? We want to jump behind us. That fleet's going to get behind us if we don't. 113,000. I don't think so. Classes 2 is on its way back. 10 days to go. Let's see, did we take any losses in these? We lost one carrier, actually. Okay, and our generals are leveling up as well, which is nice. Alright, great. I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to commentate this because we're just basically taking system by system. It's a bit slow. But there's not much left to go in this place, other than obviously just taking the planets as we kind of come across them. We want to get down to here, and then just go there, and then just push up. Can't queue up too much, though, because of the FTL inhibitors, so we actually are limited a little bit, somewhat. Did I not land on this? Maybe I made a mistake. I thought I did. It's just... There are no armies in orbit. What? Enter orbit. Oh, we are on our way down now. Okay, good. I'm kind of confused. Doesn't seem like we're taking it.
Construction online.
Let's just halt. Move this. Come back. Land. Try again. There's only one defensive army. It should be quite a quick one. Alright, we managed to jump and catch that army, by the way. That was behind us. That fleet. Oh, wow. They took out another one of our ships. There's no shields in this place. Shield notification 100%. Wow, that's interesting. Only 100,000 fleet power, but they did manage to snipe one of our ships out. We lost 2 carriers. Holy crap. Good for them. I wonder what did it. If there's a way to see, like, what did it. So no damage to shields because shields were just turned off. Yeah, I don't know. I guess our hull damage is still low. Or hull hit points were low. If we want to speed things up, we can bring that other fleet down now. Oh, the Titan's still not here. Wow. 74 days. Alright, they took that planet. Excellent. Let's go to the next one. let's check it as well, to see what's actually there. These are the planets we're actually looking to take, so these are kind of important. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's actually proper defenses there. Surprisingly, because they don't have a stronghold. How did they have such defenses? Surface guard. Bear with me while the game does its thing. Alright. Maybe it's this thing? Hall of Judgment? No. Planetary capital spawns defensive armies. Okay. Just haven't seen that many from before. Enigmatic cache is floating over there as well. Anyone not doing anything? This one stopped doing stuff. Dan is Wrath. Could head up there. Pax Romana is healing. Let's just keep the offensive going. Class is 4. I keep stopping with them by mistake. It's my bad. Looks like Kosher have our backs though. They're taking systems. Class is 2 we're waiting on, and then Opsius. He's in combat right now. Great. Any Legion's not doing anything. Actually, seems like there's quite a few. So this one's not doing anything. I don't know if there's any planets in these systems. It's hard to see. It doesn't tell you unless you go into it, I don't think. It does beforehand, but when you occupy it, it doesn't. So sure there was one like here. No? There's one. Let's land on that. Interesting. 2 neutron stars. 1 pulsar and 1 neutron. Alright. You just see like a massive fleet back at like Terra now. Something got behind me and I didn't notice. Now we're on 21% for this. It will shoot up once we get all of our claims.
Planetary Invasion.
Once we take all of the planets.
Spaceport under attack.
So there's going to be a bit of a battle there now. The Spartans, Hask Ekelim, and Aulus Epius fighting for Ira Obas, the bureaucratic center. The behemoths are bunched up on each other actually at the
New
moment.
technology discovered.
But they're doing good work. Let's just keep pushing with them. Can they actually get into the same fleet, I wonder? No, they're not allowed. Okay, I think I asked that question before. The techs are taking a little bit longer now, just over time. Some of them are getting quite expensive. Just merging these armies back up to head to the next system. Right, we're just gonna keep looking for planets. The more we land on planets, the faster that war score goes up. Right, there's loads in here. Let's go for these ones. Alright, good. That's what I like to see, the speed. There we go. Transports know what's going on. Galactic community has chosen a new council. It's just us, as always.
Planet conquered.
Feels democratic. Alright, grasping branch. Let's land on that next. Alright, it's 21% still, even though we did just conquer a new planet, but okay. Ira Orbis. Wow, that didn't give us anything. 21% didn't give us anything. Wow. Okay. Next in line is going to be somewhere out here. So we'll just follow ahead till we get there. And we need this one as well. We have to put our own claims on that though. I don't think we can just yet. In fact, let's stay out here just because we will be doing that. We're next to it, so might as well do it now while we're close. Jesus Christ, the lag. I'm so sorry. Alright. 137, we're lacking Can I claim systems that are claimed by war allies? Oh, are you kidding me? So that looks like they're always going to get it then. Oh well. Well, let's just, you know, land on it so they get it. Star lifter installed. What? Oh, I know where that is. I don't know why it pinned me over to the center, but it's at Epsilon Indy, isn't it? Yes. Forgot about this, actually, completely. The 2 star lifters that are next to each other. Right, let's just keep going through the fleet. So Opsius isn't doing anything. Let's get him busy. Into Kaz. Kaz has lots of little fleets. He might take a few losses actually going in there. Diana's Wrath. Not much left for them either, but let's just push and take these final systems. Classes 4. Can just head this way, I guess. If we could queue, the longer we can queue them up, the better. Classes 2 has the Titan now. Let's add a new Admiral. We have Volissa here available. And then she can come down and help somewhere as well that could speed things up somewhat. Just go there, maybe we could do a jump. Alright, good.
Commencing planetary invasion.
I'd like to continue this episode till we get it done, but I don't know if we'll have time. Might have to wrap it up in a moment. Still quite a lot of enemies in the Voss city states. And I'm assuming once we're able to like land on everything, the ratio is going to fly up. It doesn't seem to be budging at all, taking other people's stuff. It does when we fight combat though.
Commencing planetary invasion.
Alright, we want to go this way and then continue out here. What do they have? 48,000? It's not that much. What do they have here? 50,000? Let's go down here first then. Good. Any armies? Not doing anything now. So they've taken that planet. Excellent. Let's see about here. Nothing there yet. Yeah, it hasn't actually changed 1%. Maybe I should have just had everything up at that other place then. Just take it and hold it. A lot of people were saying, you know, like, oh, make sure you have your fleets around and ready to go, like, from all sides rather than taking ages. That's what I've tried to do, but it doesn't seem to actually make a difference, apart from fighting the battles. Gaia Fulvius's legions. It's a nice name, Gaia. Alright, we'll let her land on those ones. Opsius' swarm is in combat? I don't think so. Something looks like it came through and got destroyed, though. Alright, let's go at Kaz. There's so many habitats and things in here. I really wish you could blow all them up. I think it'd be so cool. Maybe you can with a Colossus weapon. That looks like a more advanced one as well. What's up with this? Because yeah, it just looks different unless they build different ones. It could be the upgraded version. It's Opsius' tune. I thought there was a bigger fleet in here. Did we manage to get away from it? Yeah, it moved down here. Devastation. The Vaz... It still says... Hey, we're finding worlds that were destroyed by the Vazarin. That's fine. Alright, October... Oh, we still can't get out of the system. We need to land troops up there. Opsius can do it. He's bold enough to do it. Just do a jump. Jump right on top of them. You can't inhibit Opsius. Can we do a jump with these guys? We could actually. Same thing. Let's chase them. Although, actually, they're heading right here, so let's just go to Runium. Invasion over on Grasping Branch. Nothing at Runium. We'll just have to wait. It doesn't look like these ones are actually coming for me. They might be. God damn it, they're changing their minds. Alright, we'll just jump to them then. Leave the transports there. I'm gonna risk it. I think they'll be fine. Oh my god, there's just so much micromanaging, so many little pockets of space that we have to cover. In terms of the actual, like, what we're going for, we've gotten almost all systems. Almost all, just over half. So let's split this fleet. One of you land on this one. This will be the last thing we land on. Gonna have to wrap it up. Continue this next episode. What's this planet? Tropical world. A poisonous world? I've never seen that before. I didn't even know that existed. Humid world is covered with dense tropical jungle on a swampy plains teeming with poisonous plants and animals. Once this world was a blossoming tropical paradise where biological diversity reached an incredible heights, and not a single mass extinction event occurred over millions of years. As a result, the complete absence of differences in ecosystems led to species competition. The struggle for survival has led to evolution along the path of development of toxic secretions as a means of protection, and hunting. Virtually all animals of the planet, without exception, are capable of killing one of hundreds of thousands of species of poisons and are not suitable for food due to high risk of poisoning. Protective equipment, luxuries, okay. That's kind of interesting. Fighting on a poison world. I can just imagine it, like you're all... Everyone's like wearing gas masks and stuff as they land. That's so cool. Well, I imagine that on a lot of these worlds they'd be wearing suits anyway, I suppose. Alright, good. So we're still at 21% on the war exhaustion. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters. It's like 0.054% for these battles. It's like, yeah, we don't... This does not matter. It's like, alright, fair enough. I beg to differ, to be honest. But okay. We've destroyed like half their empire. Their federation.
New technology discovered.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take longer than I thought. Which is a bit of a shame.
Planetary Invasion.
Alright, we'll have to leave it there. I'm gonna save it right there. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll be back continuing this war. Hopefully be able to wrap it up in the next episode. And then, yeah, the Birch World should get done. I was thinking that we'd see the Birch World this episode, but unfortunately I did slow down a bit. But 600 days, 2 years to go. And we'll get to see it, and even less for the Nicol Dyson beam, which should be about 400 days, if I remember correctly. 500 days. Not too long now. Alright, thanks guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.